support comes from Visit Knoxville on the corner of Gay Street and Summit Hill Drive downtown. The Knoxville Visitor Center is the site of the live WDVX Blue Plate Special Monday through Thursday and on Saturday at noon. Additional support that comes from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the Tennessee Arts Commission. You can watch today's performance on our Facebook Live. Right now, it's time. Please make welcome your host for the WDVX Blue Plate Special, Red Hickey.
Hey, y'all, welcome to the Blue Plate Special. Oh, yeah. It is real live music here in beautiful downtown Knoxville. We're here inside Visit Knoxville. Feel free to come join us. It's a beautiful day for some live music, and we have a great show for you here today. From right here in East Tennessee, our good friend Matt Woods is here with us today and going to be up the second half of the show. To get things started, I believe, Alex, are you based out of Nashville, Tennessee?
Yep, living in Nashville.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Y'all give a great big welcome to Alex-mabey to the Blue Plate Special.
Thank you, guys. So I'm actually from Washington State originally, where they filmed Twilight, literally in the national park where I grew up. So I'm a long way from home, but I moved to Nashville right after high school, and I went to Belmont for a little bit. Then I left, and I traveled a bunch. Kind of did my own thing, got my own sound going on without any pressures or influences. And then I moved back about 10 years later, and then, of course, the pandemic happens. So then I moved back home, and then now I'm back. So I'm just a little yo-yo, but that's all right. So this first song is off my new record that came out February 17th. It's called Someone Like Me. It's the first song, and it just sums up kind of why I wrote such honest, raw, vulnerable music, because it's worth it to spell it out and be really real to help somebody else. So I really hope that this album is kind of like a big sister, if you will, for people that have either kind of gone through something similar as me, which I'll explain that in a second, or are going through it now. And so it's an album of exposure and healing, and it kind of gets to those dark places, but it's worth it if I can help somebody like myself. So here's Someone Like Me. And I should preface, this record is actually about me leaving my marriage a few years back, and just that whole process. So there was issue of addiction and this PTSD. He was a combat veteran, so there was a lot to that, but this is my experience of it.
We met in college, then we headed down to San Francisco. That's where I got real sick. You were stressed, so you drank alcohol. You thought you were loving me, honey. Said you'd do anything for me. You'd hurt anyone that tried to hurt me, but you were doing the hurting. And I hesitate to sing this song, afraid of what you'll think, but I'll set you down to help someone like me. What people do without love if they never knew it in their home. But I've been in love with Jesus since I was 7 years old. That's what I know. When I asked you to pour it out, you said, I'll just take the beer. someone like me. Someone like me. Oh, let it be a light to guide 'em home. Oh, let it be a light to guide 'em home. If I knew then what I know now, I'd have never took your name. Never felt the pain of trying to drive away. But then I couldn't help someone like me. Someone like me.
Thank you, guys. So my whole album is about divorce, so I gotta like make jokes and stuff in the middle, so the people aren't just like depressed when they walk out. So I don't really have a joke planned, so I'm not gonna do one right now. But sorry, it'll come later. But this next one is called "These Wings," and it's the second song on the record, and it's a really fun one. But I wrote it about I had to really evaluate like what does truly living free mean, really? And ask myself, when I was in that marriage, I had to ask myself that hard question that I knew the answer to, but I didn't want to answer it. It's like people say, ask yourself the hard questions, but answer them honestly. That's the hard part. And so this was written right when I made the decision to leave. And I just knew I was born for, we're all born for greatness, but I knew that I needed to fly and that I had to feel free in my soul in order to do that. There is one song off the record that says, when the soul dies, so does the song. And when the song dies, so does the singer it's from. So we have to be really careful about who we let into our close circle. I'm sure so many of you have already learned this hard lesson, but that was the big lesson. It's like, maybe don't marry that. Maybe be a friend. Maybe, so that in hindsight, it's always 20/20, right? But I made this decision for myself in order to love myself truly. And now I can truly say that I do feel free in my life. Is it easy? No, because life is hard, but I feel free. And so this song is called "These Wings," and it's all about the potential. So here we go. If any of you know Tony Luca, I co-wrote this one with him. He's awesome. If you don't know him, look him up.
They say I am a free bird, but I live on the ground, only singing sad songs to the trees. Don't wanna spend my life staring at the sky, stuck here in this in-between. Sunrise, angels calling me. Sunrise, angels. If I stay here, spin around in circles in a daze here, only sadness rings. I might make it, tethered to my heartstrings, but someone tell me what to do with these wings, what to do with these wings. I did all I could do, but I ain't bulletproof, and timing just ain't on our side. Do what you need to do, and darling, I will too. Oh, my soul was made to fly. to do with these wings? What to do with these wings?
This is Alex Mabey with us here today on the Blue Plate special. So, Alex, when you were growing up, did you come from a musical background?
Yeah, I definitely did. I always say that women in my mom's side, all of them were musicians, way better musicians than me. Like violinists, you know, like just pianists and amazing music teachers. And my mom's an incredible, she has her national boards in music theory and teaching. She's an incredible vocalist. And so it's all been the theme. And then we have some female writers in our family as well. But that I know of, I think I'm the first songwriter to kind of blend it all.
Okay. And how old were you when you started writing your own music?
I mean, I think when I was like 3 or 4, when I could learn to talk, I was, you know, stuff was going around in my head. And then I started actually putting songs together in my head, but didn't know an instrument, probably around 6 or 7. I was always singing, though, and like singing in church or singing in theater and stuff. My mom, we lived an hour from anything, any civilization. Like the nearest grocery store was an hour away, so we were in the boonies. My mom would drive me in and give me the opportunity to do theater, and so that was kind of cool. And then I think when I really started writing heavily was when I was 14. I got my heart broken, and just don't date. Tell your kids, do not date a number 12, okay? Number 12, bad news. Anyway, so that was very inspiring for me to write songs over all that.
So currently you have a new project that's just about to land out there. So tell everyone about it.
Yeah, so it came out this last Friday on the 17th, and it's called The Waiting Room. And it's just, it's that period of time. It's literally the whole process of grief, all the ups and downs. You know, it's not all sad. It's also mad. You get both. And not much else in between. But so it's just that period of time before you get your answer or your dream come true or your miracle or whatever that is that you're waiting on or that you've been hoping for or wondering if it will ever come. It's that waiting room. And sometimes, you know, people have a waiting room that's almost their whole life. Some people never get out. I mean, mine was definitely about the marriage, but it was also to do with my health. I've struggled with autoimmune issues, and so that's been a big part of it too. Like I used to not even be able to get out of bed. It was super extreme and bad. And over the years, I've learned a lot of stuff that's really helped kind of turn it around. I still struggle a bit, but it's so much better than what it used to be. And so, yeah, this is just the album that I want to sit with people going through their own waiting rooms and just be like a friend. It's not so much like we're getting out of it together. This album is like, I see you. I'm here with you. Like I validate your pain. That's what this album serves.
Well, you all have the opportunity to stop by the merch table after the show and certainly shaking howdy with Alex. alexmabey, MABEY.com. For more information, March 3rd is the album release over in Nashville. You can find more information about that on the website as well. I'm out of the way, y'all. It's Alex Mabey on the WDVX Blue Plate special.
I was going to say you should come up and do a duet with me. I don't think you should get out of the way. This song is called The Well.
I used to cry a little louder just so you'd hear me in the guest room. That's how much I wanted you to be. Did you hear me? I was screaming out. Did you hear me? I was crying out. Said, lucky how we both have water. You were at the well side when I was looking up, and all I felt was rain coming down. You were at the well saying how you loved me so, but all I heard was rain coming down. It was coming down. It was coming down. It's coming down. Lucky how we both have water. We both have water.
Thank you. All right, I have two more for you, sounds like. This next one's a mad one, so I go from sad, mad, sad, mad, sad. It's a sad sandwich. It's called Canary, and one of my friends who's an author, so of course her mind thinks like this. I just loved it, but she said, honey, so actually this song was initially about an audition that I did for American Idol, like 6 or 7 years ago. And I never thought my music would be a fit for that, so I never really, wanted to do something like that. But I got a call, and so I thought, okay, well, I'll try this, It was awful, you guys. Like, the auditions were just lifeless, and it was so manipulative. And anyway, hashtag American Idol, if anybody out there knows. So I told my friend about this experience. I mean, I literally felt sick to my stomach. It was just dark. And she goes, girl, it sounds like you were a canary in a coal mine. And some of you might know, but when they used to bring the canaries into the coal mining, it was like a cue to leave once the canaries died, because they were used as a guinea pig to let them know that the air was toxic and to get out. So I felt like a guinea pig. And this song also started as what was about American Idol, but then it went into, hey, that's how I felt sometimes in my marriage, and like being in that cycle of addiction. It definitely felt super oppressive. So that's what this one's about. There's an amazing, if anybody knows Drew Holcomb in the Neighbors, his guitar player Nate, he did guitar on this record and just killed it on this solo. Like, it's one of those where you just feel it to your soul. Maybe it's just me because it's my album, but I would like to think that you guys will too.
I was like a bird in the light with a broken wing, and I met a broken man, said he would carry me, and we went into the dark. I was like a prize, and we were going deep in the night. I might be yellow, but I ain't the sun. If that's what you want, set me free, set me free. I remember the steel chamber. You said this is marriage, little bird. I would tiptoe in shadows with a broken wing that never could heal. I said I might be yellow, but I ain't the sun. And if that's what you want, set me free, set me free. Set me free. emptiness to feel a flesh so numb to a heart.
So that one's my shortest song on the record. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And then I have one, don't worry, I'm not playing it for you now, but it's like 7.5 minutes. And it's one chord. It's a variation of the D chord the entire way through. So, kind of an experiment. You'll have to tell me what you think when you listen on the record, if you buy the album later. This one is called Castle Next to the Sea. And it's my poetic way to explain what happened. It's one of the last songs on the record. The way we did the guitar on the record reminds me of like Sailing to Philadelphia, Mark Knopfler vibes, like just this kind of old world feel. We had full strings on the album, and it's just one that I splurged on because it was the season of my life that it just needed to be expressed in the way that it deserved to be expressed. But this is Castle Next to the Sea.
There was a castle next to the sea. I had a white dress, and we had a dream, but I just loved you from my window. 'Cause there was a giant laying your stone unto the lion with eyes of gold, fight the giant all from my soul. Then he lit a fire to it all. And when I sing hallelujah, hallelujah, all my days. And I take a walk to where I've been, to shine a light on where I'm going. Now I'm a woman, I soar like a dove. Love is war, but all up here it's just love. So I pray for those below. And when I sing hallelujah, hallelujah, all my days. And I take a walk to where I've been, oh, to shine a light on where I'm going, where I'm going, where I'm going. And when I sing hallelujah, hallelujah, all my days. Oh, and I take a walk to where I've been, to shine a light on where I'm going, where I'm going, where I'm going.
That's Alex Mabey. on the WDVX Blue Plate Special. Again, alexmabey, MABEY.com for more information. The waiting room is available over there at the merch table and certainly available out there on all the musical platforms. March 3rd is the album release happening in Nashville for the waiting room. And you can find more information right there at alexmabey.com. Feel free to shake in howdy with her after the show and make her feel welcome. Support for the WDVX Blue Plate Special comes from listeners just like yourselves, from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Tennessee Arts Commission. Visit Knoxville and Barley's down in Knoxville's Old City. Coming up tomorrow, the fantabulous Miss Amy Ray is going to be with us along with her band. They'll be performing tomorrow night with the Derek Trucks Band over at the Coliseum. And coming up on Thursday, Jack Indulez and a Spanish rock fusion band, Rica Chica, will be with us that day as well. On Friday, we're heading down to Barley's for the Big Plate Live with Tim Decker and Tennessee River. That's a big old bluegrass band. And then we'll be back here Saturday morning at Visit Knoxville with Retro 78, another bluegrass band. So you can always visit our website there at WDVX.com and click at the top of the page up there to find the calendar for the Blue Plate Special. So, not unlike Alex. He was here, and then he was there, and then he was here, and then he was there, and for now, he's here, back in East Tennessee. Y'all give a great big welcome to Matt Woods, back to the Blue Plate Special.
She used to run like a top boy, that's a God's honest truth. $1,000 paint job, blood red, white, and blue. Kick you back in your seat, she's catching birds. In a quarter-mile stream's the sweetest thing I'd ever heard. She made me feel we can make it real. Roll through the dark of night at the speedest sound. Broke my heart the day the dream broke down. Used to cruise up Broadway summers on Saturday night. Turn around at the drive-in, parking to the ballfield line. Bobby played shortstop, he used to like to toss so tough. Till the light turned green, he could see didn't have enough. Made me feel like we can make it real. Roll through the dark of night at the speedest sound. Broke my heart the day the dream broke down, yeah. And now the Proverbs and old men say it's pride for the fall. Beware that ghost in the machine. Living on that red line without any care at all. Wind up losing everything. She's part around back now, hasn't caught a lot in years. Dust on the dashboard, thrown rod, stripped out gears. If you listen real hard, you can almost hear that scream. And relive the glory of the gone but not forgotten. She made me feel the dream broke down. Thank you so much. It's good to be back in East Tennessee. I'm happy to be home. I wrote this next song driving through West Texas. I write a lot of songs driving. Safely, though. I keep the guitar in the back of the car, and it just all works out in my head. You know, it's clearing out cobwebs and all other sorts of nonsense and junk. But I wrote this one driving through West Texas, and I don't know if y'all have ever been out that way, or if you're out there listening on the internet or on the radio. If you've ever traveled through West Texas, you'll know you're just driving across the desert a lot of the time on a 2-lane highway. You're just hauling, you know, you're rolling down the highway like 90 miles an hour. You're moving, man. And the only thing faster than you in the desert is a semi-truck coming at you. They're 150, feels like, you know. But you'll do that for a while, and then you'll roll up on what used to be a town, presumably like an oil boom town or something like that, that's mostly dried up, save for like a Sinclair gas station and maybe a Dairy Queen and like 14, 15 cops. So you want to slow all the way down if you want to get through that town. I wrote this driving through one of those, but my head was in West Virginia. It's called Drive Through Town. It's a drive-through town. Stop and think about it, it'll drive you down. Don't you dare to doubt it, someone nowhere bound. There's no road out of the drive-through town. They built a river town on the banks of the Ohio, rolling slow. The water's low. Wife and a baby in a house upon Union Hill. You'd work the steel till they closed the mill. The old men would say you gotta carry on, but they're all gone. They're all gone. It's a drive-through town. Stop and think about it, it'll drive you down. Don't you dare to doubt it, someone nowhere bound. There's no road out of a drive-through town. What was lost ain't coming back. No matter what words you pray with the faith you kept intact, hear your heart sing like broken stones. Pin on the name tag, try to keep your power on. Get high in a cinder block building out River Road. We all know where lights stay low. Walk around back into the bank and start sinking down and quietly drown and not be found. It's a drive-through. Stop and think about it, it'll drive you down. Don't you dare to doubt it, someone nowhere bound. There's no road out of a drive-through town. It's a drive-through town. Stop and think about it, it'll drive you down. Don't you dare to doubt it, someone nowhere bound. No road out of the drive-through town.
It's Matt Woods with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. So you're back in East Tennessee.
Damn. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that. How being in a more rural environment versus Nashville, Tennessee, as far as songwriting goes. You know, does it make a difference? Is it easier for you to write when you're away from the hustle and bustle, or is it easier for you to write in the hustle and bustle?
No, it's always been kind of easier the closer I can get to being alone, and it's hard to get more alone than just being way out in the middle of nowhere, you know. So it's been pretty conducive for that, which is nice. You know, just to be somewhere where I can come home. Like, I'm still on the road a good deal, or getting back on the road a good deal, I should say, after the last few years being so weird. Yeah, so it makes it pretty good and peaceful. It's a nice, quiet place to be, you know, when things settle down.
Do you write a lot, or just when it hits you? How's that work?
I go through kind of like these bursts, these fits and spurts of writing a lot, you know, like at times I can find myself sort of like pretty motivated to kind of get up and do the work consistently, like, you know, if not daily, close to daily. But if I'm being honest, you know, in the last few months, it's been pretty laid back, you know. I've just been kind of chilling out and writing whenever something comes around.
Well, the current project there is the Matt Woods Manifesto, and it is available over there at the merch table. You all certainly feel free to shake and howdy with him after the show. In March, he's headed down to Texas.
Yeah, down to Texas.
Look out, Dallas. He's headed your way.
Right.
It's TheRealMattWoods.com, because there's unreal Matt Woods out there, apparently. Y'all, it's Matt Woods on the WDVX Blue Plate Special.
The Manifesto, the Matt Woods Manifesto record. It was my debut record. It turned 10 years old in 2021, if we can believe that much time has passed. So it's been remixed, remastered, and finally pressed to vinyl and all that kind of thing. So here's a song from that. I just got back from a little tour down in Florida too, and ended up staying just outside of this town called Port St. Lucie that years ago I wrote a song about. St. Lucie wants to take me for her own, wasted from the highway, lonesome and alone. Alan soft, low, step down, leave the fight. Whiskey breath, gasoline, been said to burn out bright. Catch that and it's gone fire. Leave the world behind. Carry me home. Carry me home. When you're lost and lonely, call. I'll be on the phone. Carry me home. Carry me home. I'm still out here on the coast, cold and on my own. Port St. Lucie wants to take me in her arms, keep me from the morning chill, hold me close and warm. Her soft voice singing age-old lullabies, sailors lost at sea, drifting through the night. And now she begs I sing along, shakes me to my bones. Carry me home, carry me home. When you're lost and lonely, call. I'll be on the phone. Carry me home, carry me home.
I'm still out here on the coast, calling on my own, and I just wanted you to see. Well, she's taking me. Carry me home, carry me home. When you're lost and lonely, call. I'll be on the phone. Carry me home, carry me home. I'm still out here on the coast, calling on my own. Oh, my own. Carry me home, carry me home. When you're lost and lonely, call. I'll be on the phone. Carry me home, carry me home. I'm still out here on the coast, golden on my own. Thank you so much. Do my best to keep this guitar in tune. It's important. I read that on the internet somewhere, Ed. If you're going to play music on the radio or in public in front of friends and strangers, it's a good idea to tune the guitar. Like most of you folks out there, I'm skeptical of the things I read on the internet, but that one made sense. We'll try this out. Once upon a time you kept a toothbrush here for me. That too small silver cup on the shelf above your sink wasn't quite as heavy as a weight of golden rain, but it was mine. Tangled there we'd sleep under the window crack just so, enough to let the night air chill the button of your nose. Last call till the morning, you were there for me to hold so many times. Oh, my southern heart always finds a way to tear a damn good thing apart. I know some night we'll find another underneath those northern lights. In the morning you'll bring coffee to that table by the bed. I'll consider mentioning that book you never read, the one I left a year ago that said what needed said about the crime. I'll call you from some western town to ask how things have been. Blame it on the miles apart that keep us only friends, knowing that the hand that took the life what might have been is clearly mine. Oh, my southern heart always finds a way to tear a damn good thing apart. I know some night we'll find another underneath those northern lights. Oh, my southern heart always finds a way to tear a damn good thing apart. some night you'll find another underneath those northern lights.
All right. Thanks, friends. Since we're talking about being back home, I'm living out in Roane County. I grew up out there. I'm right where I grew up, and you folks who are from here in East Tennessee already know that that's not too far away from Brushy Mountain State Pen. If you're out there on the radio listening, you should know that Brushy Mountain was a maximum security facility, you know, built in the late 1800s. It was a prisoner-built prison, which is a particularly cruel kind of punishment, if you ask me. And as a kid, I was scared to death that at any moment there was going to be a knock at the door, a couple of big old boys ready to haul me off and throw me in there for general misbehavior. So when they shut the prison down, it's open again. It's a tourist attraction. Now people pay good money to visit a place most folks would have give everything they could have begged, borrowed, and stolen to get out of. But anyway, I read they were closing down the prison, and I wrote this warning.
Don't pick up that guitar, boy, it'll only steer you wrong. Lead you down darker roads, chasing some old song. Find yourself a woman, try to settle down. Pray that she don't break your heart, take to running around. If she does, you better let her go. Take it from someone who ought to know. 'Cause there ain't no light from heaven can penetrate these walls. Ghosts of men who came before echo down her halls. Birds outside are singing, a song ain't meant for me. With love from Brushy Mountain, hell in Tennessee. Now the devil's in that bottle, son, just like your mama said. He's come to warm your lust-filled heart, ease your worried head. And if you need a friend, boy, he's easy to be found. When your back's against that wall, he's bound to let you down. You ought to know a good friend's hard to find, especially when a woman is on the line. There ain't no light from heaven can penetrate these walls. Ghosts of men who came before echo down her halls. Birds outside are singing, a song ain't meant for me. With love from Brushy Mountain, hell in Tennessee. And I loved her from the day we met like no one ever loved. Would have fought and died for him. Push had come to shove, found them in each other's arms the last night of their lives. I bought a ticket to this mountain's where I die. some more than I could feel. It's love put her in the ground. It's love that put me here. I know I tore your whole wide world apart. Hope that you might take these words to heart. There ain't no light from heaven can penetrate these walls. Ghosts of men who came before echo down her halls. Birds outsiders singing a song ain't meant for me. With love from Brushy Mountain, held in Tennessee. The birds outsiders singing a song ain't meant for me. With love from Brushy Mountain, held in Tennessee.
This is Matt Woods with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. We're going to get one more tune from him here today, but how about one more round of applause for Alex Mabey, the first half of the show here today. Y'all can feel free to stop by the merch table, but just certainly just thank our performers for coming out and making music for us here today, and feel free to join us again tomorrow. We're going to do it all over again. We're going to have a big old time with Amy Ray and her band. You can always find out who's headed this way by visiting our website there at WDVX.com. We are a listener-supported radio station. There's always a donation box in the back. A few bucks in the box keeps the good music going on the Blue Plate Special. Matt also has merch available at the merch table, TheRealMattWoods.com for more information. And I'll just start by saying thank you so much for being here with us today. Will you close us out with a last?
Yeah, I'm going to close you out with a new number. How about that? I've been a bad man, a foolish, drunken, broken-hearted, sad man, blaming everybody, shouting, look at what I should have had, man. I've been a bad man. It's been a hard life. If I'd have done things right, I would have settled down with a good wife. Instead of taking them as they come when they come on the good nights. Yeah, it's been a hard life. But I'm leaving in the morning more than you can know about the things that keep me running, cause the devil's gonna pull my soul. Well, honey, take me while I'm here. I hear the hounds howling distant in the night, and any minute now I might have to take my leave. This dead end life will be the death of me. I had a real shock about before the bridges caught fire and got to burning too hot. A one-time off the line, hammer down and give her all she got. Yeah, had a real shot. And I'm leaving in the morning more than you can know about the things that keep me running, cause the devil's gunning for my soul. Honey, take me while I'm here. I hear the hounds howling distant in the night, and any minute now I might have to take my leave. This dead end life will be the death of me.
are the things that keep me running, cause the devil's gunning for my soul. Honey, take me while I'm here. I hear the hounds howling distant in the night, and any minute now I might have to take my leave. This dead end life will be the death of me. The death of me. This dead end life will be the death of me. The death of me. Lord, the death of me. This dead end life. This dead end life will be the death of me. Well, I'm a bad man. A red-eyed, no-account, half-alive, rambling madman. A chisel laid on my stone, so which known I had a damn good plan. But I'm a bad man.
That's Matt Woods. Thank y'all. Join us again next time for more real live music on the Blue Plates.